Here's a quick preview of just some of the sites you're going to see on this self-guided GPS walking tour. This walking itinerary is perfect for your first day in Rome, especially good if you do it the day before visiting the Colosseum. I'll explain why in a little bit. At the very end of this video, I have a special song prepared for you. It's called If La Pieta Could Sing. This is the worldwide premiere. Nobody's heard this song before. I'm excited to share it with you. Be sure to stick around. Let me know what you think. Let's get started. Wherever you're at in Rome, it's time to make your way to Vatican City. The easiest way is to probably hop on a taxi. It's going to cost you around 10 to 15 euros, or you can take the metro. It's on the A line, hop off at the Ottaviano metro station, and from there just follow the crowd. It's about a 10-minute walk to Vatican City. And depending on where you're staying, you may be able to just walk. The goal is to get to St. Peter's Basilica by 8 a.m. because if you get there by 8 a.m., you'll spend very minimal time in line going through security. The Basilica actually opens up at 7 a.m. so the closer you're able to get there to 7, the better. On the other hand, if you get there late, you sleep in, you try to grab breakfast on the boat before you leave, and you don't leave in time, you likely won't get to St. Peter's Basilica till 9:30, meaning when you get there, you're going to then be introduced to Rome by standing in a big line to get into St. Peter's Basilica. Eating a lot of your time because that line grows very fast. You can end up spending 1, 2, 3 hours in line if you don't get there early. So again, it's very important to start this itinerary right, get to St. Peter's Basilica, first opportunity, by 8 a.m. is the goal. Everybody entering St. Peter's Basilica will be required to go through security, so once you've done that, you can then explore the Basilica.
If I could cry, I'd flood the floor. If I could scream, I'd shake the core. But I am silence holding pain, a mother's grief.
If you're going to climb to the top of the dome, I recommend you do that right away because that opens up at 8 a.m. and if you get there right around 8, you'll be able to get right in line. The line should not be too long at that point. You can go to the top of the Basilica, get a great view of the city, and then as you come down, once you come down, you can then tour the Basilica. If you're not going to go to the top of the dome, you can just go and enjoy the Basilica. And the goal here is to spend 1.5 to 2 hours to leave the St. Peter's area around 10 a.m. Before we get too far into this itinerary, let's back up just a minute. This itinerary, it's a self-guided walking itinerary. It's available on Komoot. I created it for the app Komoot. Komoot is free to use in the city of Rome. I'll also put a link to the Google Maps. It's a My Map I created. If you prefer, you can use Google Maps and it will guide you from point to point to point without getting lost, making it super easy to follow. You'll just need to either use Komoot or Google Maps. At around 10 a.m., if you're on schedule, you're going to be heading down this really majestic street right here as we make our way down to Castel Angelo. If you're on schedule, you should be arriving at Castel Sant'Angelo around 10:30 in the morning. That'll give you about an hour to tour the castle here. I recommend you do. It's quite impressive, and on top there's some nice lookout points, vista points. There's even a small cafe where you can grab some food, maybe a cornetto, a cup of coffee, something light, because we're gonna have some good pizza and sandwiches in a minute. But when you sit here at the Castel Sant'Angelo, there's some really cool lookout points with some tables where you can just kind of sit down, relax, enjoy the food, enjoy the view. It's pretty impressive. So that'll give you about 45 minutes to an hour to tour the castle before heading to Ponte Umberto, which is right over here. And the reason we're heading over to this bridge here is because from this bridge, you can get a spectacular view of St. Peter's Basilica. If you're going to be traveling to Rome in the next 1 or 2 years, be sure to check out our travel guide. Our travel guide has over 50 videos to help you plan and have a great time in Rome. Nobody's giving you more detailed information than you're going to find in our guide. Also, we include several interactive maps where we share our favorite restaurants, our favorite pizzerias, gelato, all kinds of great things we share with you in our guide. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to leave a discount code in the description of the video where you can pick it all up for right around $25. From Ponte Umberto, it's just a short walk to Piazza Navona, maybe 5 minutes. You walk straight down this street and you'll be in Piazza Navona. Piazza Navona is definitely Rome's most popular square. It's incredible. Go out there, enjoy the atmosphere. There's always something going on in Piazza Navona, from artists to street performers. It's just a great time to sit down, check out the fountains, relax, and enjoy the square. If we're on schedule, it should be right around noon, and now we're gonna head to Campo dei Fiori, which is only about a 5 to 10 minute walk or less, to a forno there called Forno of Campo dei Fiori, where we're gonna pick up what I consider the best sandwiches in all of Rome. They're awesome. They're better than L'Antico Vinaio, in my opinion. That's a very famous sandwich shop in Rome. But the Forno makes fantastic panini. It's right in this doorway here. That's the door to the best sandwiches in Rome. Don't come to Rome without at least swinging by here and grabbing one of these sandwiches. Hard to explain how good it is. Once we've had a sandwich, we're gonna head over to a bar called Bar Farnese. It's right around the corner. It's right over here. There you can grab a cup of coffee, but what I do recommend you get is the maritozzo. It's a famous Italian pastry. It's kind of like a bread, a small loaf of bread with a bunch of cream in the middle of it. It's pretty spectacular, and the reason I'm having you pick it up here is, of all the places that I've tried, this was my favorite maritozzo. They make it fresh right there, the cream fresh, everything fresh right there from Bar Farnese. It's quite special, so be sure to swing in and grab that before we're heading to Pizza, Florida. Once we leave Bar Farnese and we've had our maritozzo, the GPS is then going to direct you right past this cool church right here. It's called La Chiesa di San Andrea della Valle. This basilica boasts the second largest dome in all of Rome. And what's really cool, in the church there's a mirror. You can look down instead of up at the dome, get a really cool perspective of its artwork on the dome, of the mosaics. And then when you're done doing that, takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes, we're gonna head over to a square that's very close to here called Largo Argentina. This is where Julius Caesar was assassinated. The GPS will take you right there. We're gonna head over to a pizzeria. This is my favorite pizzeria in all of Rome, called Pizza Florida. Pizza Florida is awesome. One of my favorite flavors. I recommend you give it a try. It is the tuna pizza, believe it or not. So at the Pizza Florida right behind me, they make pizza obviously, but you go in there and you tell them to make it like a sandwich, like a panino. And this is incredible. I get the tuna. Now I'm not even a big huge tuna fan, to be honest with you, but the tuna sandwich here, the tuna pizza here, it's incredible. Like no other place I've ever eaten. So this is one of my favorite sandwiches in all of Rome. The tuna pizza turned into a sandwich, as you can see. They put it together like that. It's phenomenal. Like, I mean, seriously, if you like tuna at all, even just a little bit, give it a try. You'll be blown away. Also with your pizza, be sure to grab an orange soda. You need to try some aranciata. This is the national soda of Italy. It's sold everywhere, every pizzeria, restaurant, bar, everywhere. Very easy to get. It is so good. It's not to be confused with the Fanta they sell in the United States. Now the Fanta here has no, first of all, it's got no corn syrup. It's got no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. It's fantastic. In fact, it's got actually very little sugar, which I like. I don't like things that are super sweet. And I think you'll really love it. Be sure you give it a try when you're in Rome. Fanta here is awesome. In the States, it is not so awesome. And then you can also try 2 or 3 other flavors of pizza. They'll take it to go. They'll stick it in a box for you. And you can take that pizza directly down the street. It's just a 7-8 minute walk straight down here to the Pantheon. What we're going to do is we're going to enjoy that pizza right on the stairs of the Pantheon so you can have a great view while you enjoy great pizza. If we're on schedule, it should be plus or minus around 1 p.m. When you're done eating your pizza in front of the Pantheon, it's time to head to La Fontana delle Tartarughe. Originally, we came from Largo Argentina up this road here. Now, the GPS is going to circle you around this side, taking you over to a special fountain located just within the Jewish quarter called La Fontana delle Tartarughe, the Turtle Fountain, in this small square right here. Of all the fountains in Rome, the Turtle Fountain is one of my favorites. For some reason, it just captures my attention when I look at it. And let me know what you think. What is your favorite fountain? But this definitely is one of my favorite. And then when you leave here, you're going to be walking down a small street right here, heading into the Jewish quarter. They call it the Jewish ghetto. As you walk down this street, just notice that in front of some of the doors, there are golden cobblestones with names etched into it. It's commemorating the lives of those that were lost in Auschwitz. That's a whole nother story, but just kind of interesting fact to know as you walk down this interesting street. And then as you enter into the Jewish quarter here, this is the main street. This is where you're going to find lots of restaurants. Whether you're looking for some, substantial meal or just some food on the go, there's all kinds of food within this area. But what we're really doing is we're just walking through it, and we're going to head to some of the more interesting ruins in Rome. You're going to head down a staircase and then into this section here that I think is just very interesting. And you're going to walk past Theater Marcello, which is this theater right here. It was built somewhere around, I can't remember, 19 AD. Today, the ruins are there and it's luxury condos up here on top, but super interesting. And then the GPS is going to direct you to a really interesting and fun area of Rome called Capitol Hill. It's this area right here. There's actually lots to do here on Capitol Hill. You've got the Victor Emmanuel Monument right here. You've got the Campidoglio. This is a square designed by Angelo. You have the Capitol Museum, which is in this building right here. So if you have time, you want to see that, you can certainly do that. Also at the Campidoglio is La Basilica di Santa Maria in Aracoeli. It's an absolutely stunning basilica, so be sure to walk through that. And on the opposite side of the Capitol Museum is a new exhibit as of 2024 called the Colossal Constantine. It's a replica. It's based on the fragments that are still in the Capitol Museum. Anyway, it's kind of cool. It's free. I think it opens up around 9 a.m. So swing on over there. And while you're there, there's a little restaurant. It's connected to the Capitol Museum. You can enter it from the Capitol Museum, but you don't need to. You can also go through this side door, go up a flight of stairs into a small restaurant, and then they have a great terrace where you can get great views of Rome. So go ahead, walk up those stairs, check it out. You'll be super impressed. Then get ready for the most spectacular view of the Roman Forum. Just behind this building right here, you get one of the best views of the Roman Forum. It's right back here. It's located on this little perch right down here. And from there, you get spectacular views of the Roman Forum. When you're ready to leave, the GPS is then going to direct you back into this Campidoglio, this square here, down a very interesting staircase, and over to Trajan's Market, which is this building over here. The GPS, you walk right over here into the Trajan's Market. Now, Trajan's Market does cost another entry. It costs, I think, 18 euros to enter, but it is spectacular. It's a 3 or 4 story building, lots of things to check out. It's the world's oldest indoor marketplace that's still in existence today. In the building, up on top of the building, you've got great vista points. It's just super fun and interesting and rarely crowded, which makes it, in my opinion, one of the must-see stops or museums, if you want to call it a museum, in Rome. I just love it. And then when you're done visiting Trajan's Market, we're going to head into the Roman Forum, actually into Trajan's Forum and then over to Roman Forum. This is the Trajan side. And this column here is called Trajan's Column. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this itinerary is ideal to do the day prior to your tickets into the Colosseum. And that's because your ticket to the Colosseum also includes a ticket, a one-time entry into the Roman forums. So yeah, that can be used 24 hours in advance or up to 24 hours after your scheduled time. So if you already have a ticket into the Colosseum, you will not have to purchase a ticket when you come over to Trajan's Column. You can just use that ticket and enter into the forum. However, if you do not have a ticket, you can also purchase a forum-only ticket. That ticket will not include entry into the Colosseum, but it will include any of the super sites that are going on as you tour the forum. Also, another thing I really like about entering over at Trajan's Column is that the lines are never long. You can get right through security, get your tickets and into the forums. Super easy, opposed to over by the Colosseum. Sometimes the lines to get into the forum can be 30 minutes, an hour or more long just to get through security. Anyway, you do that and you enter into the Trajan's Forum, walk down through here, super interesting. There's some pathways it's gonna walk through. Now, when you get to about right here, you're gonna have to go under the road. It'll direct you, you can't miss it. And as you go under the road, you're gonna see some like old Roman housing and different things under this street here, which is via the Imperial Forum. I found it very interesting. And then as you cross over the street, you're now gonna be into the Roman Forum. And in the Roman Forum, there's lots and lots of things to check out. So go ahead and explore that. But one of the things you want to make sure you do is see the vista point where Rome was built on 7 hills. And one of the 7 hills is here in the Roman Forum called Capitaline Hill. And let me show you. Capitaline Hill, there's a couple of vista points right up here. You'll see a lot of people up there. Be sure to visit it. They are the best views in Rome, in my opinion. I loved them. I think you will too. A perfect perspective of Rome from this location. It really is something to see. So don't miss that before exiting the Roman Forum. And we're gonna exit over here next to the Colosseum. And you're gonna come out right here and then you'll be at the Colosseum. When you exit the Roman forums, chances are you're gonna be pretty hungry. So you're gonna be exiting right here at the Colosseum, entering over here. You can take a walk around the Colosseum. And there's a great sandwich shop, maybe 5 at the most 10-minute walks right down this road. Right about here, there's a place called Fuorinorma. It's got great sandwiches, but it is kind of small, the restaurant, just a few tables. But don't worry, what I recommend you do is go ahead and pick up the sandwich there. Just walk another 2 or 3 minutes into a little square right down here. There's a fountain where you can sit down, there's steps, enjoy the atmosphere. Far better than sitting in a restaurant, trust me. You can sit down there, really enjoy your sandwiches. There's even a little gelateria right there. You can get a gelato and just sit down and relax before heading to La Basilica di San Pietro in Vincolo. Let me show you where that's at. We zoom out here just a little bit. It's just right here. So it's super, super close. There's the Basilica di San Pietro in Vincolo. And we're gonna visit this because in the Basilica there is the Moses. The Moses was sculpted by Michelangelo. And so that's super interesting. You can take a look at that. And then once we're done with that, it doesn't take very long, maybe 10 or 15 minute detour. We're gonna head over to La Basilica di San Clemente. Let me show you where that's at. We're gonna zoom out here just a little bit. Again, it's not far at all. It's right here in this building, right down here is La Basilica di San Clemente. and the GPS will take you over there. What's really interesting about this church is the church that's under the Basilica. Yes, for 10 euros you can pay and you get to go down below. Check out the Basilica. There's some Roman housing down there. Lots of interesting things to see underneath the Basilica. Super interesting, in fact. So don't miss that opportunity. Be sure to tour that. And then when you're done with that, the GPS is then going to take you down this little quiet area. In the beginning it's not so quiet. Okay, so it's normal. But then it's going to take you through a neighborhood called Celio. And the Celio neighborhood, it's very quiet despite the fact it's right here next to the Colosseum. But what I do is just a peaceful walk on the way to the Circus Maximus. Is they're going to pass through this little church here that's got these flying buttresses right here. And if you want to go into the church, you can. Super peaceful, super pretty walk. And we're just going to work our way over down to Circus Maximus. Now, Circus Maximus is where they used to have the chariot races. And if you're ready, you can hop on the metro right here. There's a metro station. You can hop on, it's the B line. You can head over back to the Termini station or wherever. But what I recommend you do is continue on, just walk right down Circus Maximus. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. And we're gonna come out over here by this other church. I don't know the name of it. It's this church here with the tower. And just in the doorway here, there is the Mouth of Truth. This is the old, it's called La Bocca della Verità. It's where you stuck your hand in, and if you were telling a lie, it would cut your hand off. Today, it's just a great photo op. So if the lines aren't too long and you want to do that, you can swing in there and get a picture with La Bocca della Verità. It's getting late in the day and we're almost done, but we're going to end up coming over here into this there's two little temples. You really can't tour them. You see them from the outside, the Temple of Hercules and the Temple of Neptune. You check those out. And what we're really gonna do is we're gonna walk down this bridge here, and it's gonna take us right into the Trastevere neighborhood. Let me zoom out here a little bit so you can kind of see. So here's Circus Maximus. We're gonna walk over here, cross this bridge, and then just follow the street straight down. And it'll take you, this whole area here is the Trastevere neighborhood. And there are so many great restaurants in the Trastevere neighborhood. A great time to just relax, enjoy your dinner, enjoy the streets, all the boutique shops. Trastevere is a great neighborhood to be at any time of day, especially in the evening. And so while you're over there, enjoy Trastevere. It's really awesome. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned I had a special song for you. The song is called If La Pieta Could Sing. La Pieta is a statue that was made by Michelangelo, and if you're in Rome, you can check it out. It's located in St. Peter's Basilica. It's of the Mother Mary holding the body of Christ. It's a super special statue, and it's about what she would sing about if she could sing. That's the premise of the song. This song was created with the help of AI. In fact, it's entirely performed by AI. I think you're going to be super impressed. As soon as I mentioned AI, you might be rolling your eyes, but give it a chance. I think you're going to love it. Either way, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Here it is, the worldwide premiere of If La Pieta Could Sing.
Stone arms heavy, but I never let go. A weightless sorrow carved in the floor. A chisel kiss me where the tears won't show. But I am silence holding pain, a mother's grief that can't explain. My hands are frozen, yet they cradle the night. his body cold but still bathed in light. A moment eternal in the marble's bite. Do you see my cracks or the love beneath? Do you feel the stillness or the endless grief? If I could cry, I'd flood the floor. If I could scream, it'd shake the core. But I am a silence holding pain, a mother's grief that can't explain. The stone